All right, the usual thing. Always carry a bungee cord. You never know, they come in very handy. Got a good inspection with these tankers and oil field equipment. I inspect them thoroughly. There's so many moving parts on these things that anything could come loose, fall off. Lights are good. Mud flaps are good. Always inspecting everything. It's a bad day when piece of metal falls off and goes through somebody's windshield. See if I can get up here, look around. Looks good. Everything's stowed. All right, let's get on the road. Welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. Hope your trucks are treating you good. I'm headed to the house after a hectic, stressful week. If you're thinking about getting your own authority, I highly recommend signing up with a factoring company. They make life so much easier. Turn you around so you don't have to look at my ugly mug. So when I first started, I signed up with a factoring company immediately. And it just takes away so many headaches. At the end of a run, I get on their app, I upload a picture of the BOL, the Raycon, and I fill out a little invoice, and I'm done in less than 5 minutes. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I can choose to get paid when I want, and it's worth every penny I pay them to do that. So this week, over the course of the last month and a half, 2 months, loads have been getting scarce, and rates are going down. So between myself and the owner-operator that I have, I can't limit us anymore to loads we can only factor through my factoring company. So we've been having to use different agents and brokers that I wouldn't normally use that don't pass a credit rating or a credit check through my factoring company. Just this week I had to use 4 different agents that I'd never used before. Well, one of them I had, but my factoring company wouldn't factor them for different reasons. One of or 2 of them had their credit was too new, and the other one had just said other. So I don't know why they wouldn't pass, but it just, nowadays you have to take the good money where you can get it and the good runs. And so I did 4 of those this week that I couldn't factor. And each time you do that, each one of these carriers, they could have their own setup, their own way they want their paperwork submitted, and some of them might have quick pay, some of them might not, and they charge different percentages. So it gets monotonous right from the beginning. The first one I submitted, they offered instant pay for 9%. 9% is a lot of money, but I didn't want to have to deal with tracking this invoice down, so I submitted it for instant pay. I turned it in exactly how they wanted it, told them I wanted the instant pay option, and nothing. I got an email the next day saying, hey, how do you want to get paid? I said, well, this is one of those tactics they use to put you off. I said, well, according to the email I sent you yesterday, I asked for instant pay. And that was 3 days ago, and I've been going back and forth with them since and haven't gotten paid from them yet. The second one, we went back and forth. I asked for next day pay, and then they emailed me the next day and said, hey, you need to get set up with this pay service. And I said, no, you need to get set up with this pay service. I filled out your carrier packet and that was never mentioned. So we went back and forth for a couple of hours there throughout the day. And finally, after threats and whatever, they said, okay, we can pay you today, but it's going to be a 2% charge. And I just laughed. I was like, why didn't we do this from the beginning? And keep in mind that I don't have anybody, secretary or anything like that. So I'm doing this as I'm, traveling down the road, driving myself. And it's, the same thing. One of the other ones, or both the other ones were supposed to pay me today. Still nothing yet. So you can imagine that it wouldn't take long if you did not have a factoring company for things to get really out of hand, and it wouldn't take long for you to go out of business because you don't have any money in the bank. Some of these places, they say they have quick pay, but if they don't have the money to pay you, they can just put you off indefinitely. You can threaten, you can do all types of things, but you're not going to get your money if they don't have it. And I'm sure some of you guys have gone through this, and some of you who are thinking about getting your authority are going to go through this, but it's just a stressful pain in the butt. And up until this last couple of months, haven't had to deal with it, but things are getting tough out here. Before this, if they didn't pass my credit check on my app, I normally wouldn't work with them. There would have been a handful of times where I'd worked with companies because I'd done business with them before in one form or another with companies I'd leased onto, so I thought I could trust them. And so I went ahead and took loads for them, and it worked out okay. But there's usually a very good reason why a factoring company won't do business with a new, either a new agency or one that's been around a while. So I always, me and my owner-operator, we always do a credit check. But at the end of the day, it's just a judgment call. If I just said no, we're not doing business with these people, it would be hard to make a living right now. We'd both be driving a whole lot more than we wanted to try to make a good check. So right now I'm headed to the house. It's been a long, hectic week. I'm going to shut down this load I'm on right now. It's an empty tanker, just washed. I do those quite often. They're super easy, and I could deliver it today, but I'd be coming out of Houston at rush hour traffic trying to get out of there. So I'm just going to take it to the house and deliver it Monday morning. But you guys have a good weekend, and I'll try to put out a weekly summary video tomorrow and keep you up to date on how I'm doing out here. See y'all later.